Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here with a familiar face, if you've been watching us, Jackie Friedman, who's president of NextGen Travel Group, which is really one of the largest host agencies. It's part of Internova Travel Group. We're here in Washington, D.C. for ASTA Legislative Day. I'm here at the National Press Club, and we've just had a press conference with Jackie and a lot of other top leaders of our profession, and we're talking about what's happening here and what we can do to help this profession get through this crisis. But we're going to talk to Jackie about specifically what you can do, what independent contractors can do to really help get through this whole situation and keep travel going. And this is Insider Travel Report. Jackie, first of all, great to see you live again. As it's within 2 weeks ago, I was with Jackie at the World Travel and Tourism Council, and you won an award. I took your photo. It was great, and we all
personal photographer.
Well, you know, I come cheap, but it's so the whole thing. And here we are again, and now here we are at a little bit more serious situation where we are asked is down here really fighting for travel advisors. Now, we just finished this press conference. What's your takeaway about what ASTA is doing here for travel advisors?
You know, ASTA has two primary missions: to promote and to defend. And from the promote perspective, they're putting in tireless efforts to make sure that the value of the travel advisor is out there, is understood, that the general traveling public knows why it is so important to work with an ASTA travel advisor. Right. So that promote piece is so important. The independent contractor segment really was very much impacted by
it was huge. It was absolutely.
These folks are reliant on commissions. Most of their compensation is based on commission, and we all know what the story is there. So it is so important that independent contractors understand the work that ASTA is doing for them, understand all of the advocacy and how that really helped with ensuring that independent contractors could receive pandemic unemployment insurance. Many of them received PPP loans. Some received EIDL assistance. And it is so important that each and every one of us does our part to tell the story. You can't rely on someone else to do it for you. You want to be part of the solution, and the more voices and the more personal stories that get told, the more that our government will understand just what the impact was.
Now, the thing about independent contractors now with this unemployment, and they were able to get unemployment insurance, which actually was a major thing. Before that, they were not considered employees, so they didn't get unemployment insurance. Now, is that insurance now kind of running out? Are we done with this?
Obviously it's not going to last forever. And the good news is a lot of independent advisors are starting to sell travel again. The bad news is that a lot of what they're selling is not going to be paid out till later this year, next year, even into 2023. And so, we can't stop. What is out there is not enough. We have to continue to tell our story. We have to, push for an additional round of PPP if at all possible. We are
PPP, an additional round of unemployment insurance.
Correct, too, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. We are so close, but the work is happening now. In fact, in many cases, the work never stopped. Right. But the compensation lags well behind.
Now, what are you telling your NextGen Travel Group members about the next few months? Obviously, we hope we can get some legislation passed that will be assisting them. But in the meantime, what can they do?
The one thing that we're really trying to help them with is starting to shift to a fee-based model. Right. They have to get compensated for the work that they're doing in a timely way. And more advisors are having those conversations with their customers. And the reality is that more and more customers absolutely see the value and are prepared to pay those fees. So, from a cash flow perspective, it is so important that advisors have that understanding of how they can get paid now and be able to see themselves through until some of that commission income comes in.
Absolutely. Well, meanwhile, what's your message? Obviously, we're down here in Washington. I think you're going to be doing lobbying, whether that's in person or virtual, I'm not quite sure, because there are about 175 top ASTA leaders and agency leaders are here. What's your message to all those independent contractors and other travel advisors out there about how they can support ASTA's efforts to do this?
So there's really 3 ways. Number one, if you have not joined ASTA yet, please do. There is an independent contractor category that makes it very affordable. And ASTA needs our membership dollars to be able to continue to do what they do. Number 2, donate to the PAC, the Political Action Committee. To have the opportunity to get in front of some of these key policymakers takes funding. It takes donations. And so everyone can do their part. If you go to the asta.org website under advocacy and donate, you can find different ways to donate to the PAC. But the third is, although there's 175 people here at Legislative Day, everyone can do their part and be part of a grassroots advocacy campaign. Again, if you go to the asta.org website, you'll see all of the key issues. And take the time, it doesn't take a lot of time, to write to your Congress representatives, write to your Senate offices, let them know your situation, customize the text there. That's just done most of the work for you, but it's really effective if you tell your personal story, because those personal stories will really resonate.
Well, Jackie, I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with us. I know this is a busy time for everyone, and tomorrow you're going to be racing around a bit. Tonight you've got some receptions and trying to get everybody together and juiced up to really push these pieces of legislation and also get Congress to understand, once again, the value of a travel advisor. We talked a lot about that in this press conference, and that really is the thing. I mean, they're going to be they're now more valuable than ever, and they're going to be even more valuable in the future, but they need to get through the next few months, right?
Right. And I just want to, my message to everyone, whether you're in the NextGen network or any other network, hang in there. The worst is primarily behind us, but there are going to be some bumpy months ahead. Hang in there. You are resilient. You are going to become more and more relevant and more important in the months ahead. And don't give up on this industry, because we are blessed to be able to be a part of it.
No, it's the best industry in the world, and anybody who's been in it never leaves, so exactly. As we all know. Jackie, again, thank you very much. Great observations about what's going on down here in Washington, what we can do to get through the next few months, and I'm sure we'll hear more from you, and I'm hoping to be in your conference in September down at Universal or Orlando, so hopefully by then things will look even better. But again, thanks very much. I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.